What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Miss Terrell. I am actually on my way back to the airport, but be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I did not cut my hair off, y'all. I know I'm going to get some type of DM or some type of message about this, text message. I did not cut my hair. My hair is wrapped, okay? So anyhow, because I got a message about that yesterday. They were like, oh, you're on the beach. You should cut your hair. Is that why you're not showing pictures? No, I'm on vacation, boo. But anyhow, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you like what you're hearing, so that way you know when we get and have more tea talks. So really quick before my driver shows up and takes me to the airport, just want to tea talk really quick with y'all about self-reflection. That was part of the reason for my trip, was to pretty much clear my mind, clear my head, because going back home, it'll be me and my pet child again. And knowing that I finished up school and everything, I know that there are different things that I want to do now as far as business ventures. I have a business venture back home here in Virginia now that I'm really interested in, and I'm going to be kickstarting. But at the same time, I didn't want to move all the way back here. And, you know, I made a whole life for myself down in North Carolina. That's different from what I had here in Virginia when I was home. So now that I'm here, I want to talk really quickly about self-reflection. I know I mentioned it in one of my videos while I was here, that self-reflection comes with understanding, the understood, and emotional maturity. But also with self-reflection, sometimes it's way easier for you to just put yourself out there, to let it be known officially, unofficially, like either you're going to have a purpose or you got to close the door. That goes for anything. That goes for people. That goes for things that we think would be our passions and are part of our purpose. And we outgrow them. And it's okay to outgrow. I mean, that's part of life. A lot of times we outgrow things when we try our best to hang on to them. And that's not healthy for you, because if it was something that you're to grow with, it will stay with you. When you come to reflecting on yourself and what you went through and how you're able to do what you need to do to get to the next step, that is reflection. When you add yourself to that mix and say, well, what can I do to move forward? This is how I'm going to do it to move forward from here. I don't deserve to sit in one spot. I don't deserve gray energy, is what I call it. You know what I'm saying? Things are black and white, but folks want to give you gray. Like, you can't listen to what they're not telling you before you process what they're saying. And a lot of times people feel as if like they can just really extend or stretch out some type of breadcrumb or carrot to keep you there. And within self-reflection, you're supposed to go back and you're supposed to not look at all of what you've been through, but look at with all of what you've been through, that you were able to come out of it. You feel me? That should give you a sense of confidence, a sense of leveling up. For me, the last time I came home, I was in not a broken place, but I was in a fractured place where I was happy with the strides that I was making. I was happy for my friends. I was happy for the things that they had going on in their life. However, I was not in a place where I was accepting of the nature of my environment. You feel me? So when I came back home, it was a bit mediocre last time. I wanted to be here. I wanted to get away. I wanted some insight. I needed to get in my downloads and battery up my energy, but instead it took away. This time around, when I came back home, I was able to stand up straighter. And I feel like a lot of that had to do with the fact of the last time I did come into town, compared to this one, I don't have the same issues. I don't have the same relationships. I don't have the same toxic energy in my circle. And so it makes it all the better to be able to sorry, I didn't even put my do not disturb on. But it's just all the way around. Like, at some point with your self-reflection, you have to realize when it's time for you to go into a new season. It's time for you to go into a new chapter. When I say it's time, that means with self-reflection, you're noticing that there's certain doors you got to close. There's certain windows you got to lock and keep shut. And you got to make sure that your back door is locked before you leave the house, before you go to your next season. You know, it's just like when you're turning in the key to an apartment, you're turning in the key to a house. You sold a house, you're moving out of an apartment, you're moving up. You have to be able to make sure that you follow all of the instructions, so that way you don't get fined down the line or charged down the line with extra costs that you didn't prepare for. So you got to make sure within your self-reflection, you realize that though you're moving, you're not going to be in the same place. And when you're not going to be in the same place, yeah, it can be scary. Trying to, you know, feel the excitement in the midst of you moving forward. But it's also a good thing for you to be excited as well, because one thing that I learned with self-reflection is it's not so much of me being afraid of facing what I went through. It's me facing forward to go into my new season. And me reflecting on the fact of I am smart. I am divinely made. I am a warrior, not a worrier. I am a survivor, not a victim. It allows me to fill myself back up. My counselor told me something really interesting. And she said, you know, you were conditioned to take the mediocre. You were conditioned to not refill yourself. You were conditioned to not allow yourself to feel much because no one poured into you. Self-reflection is so important, because when you don't have that at your root, when you don't have that in all of the lines in your family, when you don't have that in relationships around you, your self-reflection can save your life. It can save your life from sitting in the same spot, and it can save your life from being one that has to live life, not you tell life what it is that you're going to do, put it out there in the universe and actually do it. So self-reflection is very easy. It's free. You don't have to call no toll-free numbers. You ain't got to send no text where there's data rates that may apply. You just turn everything off and you sit still and you allow the quiet wisdom to come to you. And when you allow the wisdom to come to you and you allow yourself that time to self-reflect, you're filling your cup. The only time that I've known of me feeling like relationships were a necessity was because I didn't have anyone filling my cup at that time. And it's very interesting that that revelation came to me while I was on vacation. Because now that I'm going back home, I know what it is that I need to do to be able to continue on to my path of my journey. Yeah, there's going to be things that are going to hurt. There's going to be things that are going to pinch you, give you a sore spot. It'll be a trigger. It'll be one of those press alarm buttons. No warning. Reflect on that. Reflect on that. You deserve to be able to live your best life within your means and healthy. And if someone can't contribute to that, compliment to that, it is important within your self-reflection that you realize who the fuck you are, because no one else is going to tell you. This is why it's so important for you to fill your own cup. This is why it's so important for you to self-reflect. This is why it's so important for you to have balls to close doors. Because in order for you to self-reflect, to see where you're going to be moving forth, you have to be willing to close those doors. And you have to be strong enough to know that once they're locked in their deadbolt, it's like a Sunday evening. I'm in for the day. Feel me? So be sure that y'all like, share, subscribe. I'm going to leave that there. I got to head downstairs to go ahead and check out and everything. And I will see y'all up in the air, or I will see y'all when I get back home to my office. And I'll be sure that I let Nilo know that y'all miss him and y'all will see him soon. Love y'all. Bye.
The depths of the media sees no evil. Buildings crashing 9/11, no sake for the people. Children take to everything, others willing to feel anything, just to say they were there. Boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, domestic violence. Do you care? When the curtains close, your head hangs low. You're wishing someone was there. Just turn to me for relief. I know how you feel. I am you. You are me. We share symptoms of the black sheep. Aren't you aware?
This image, I remember howling winds, nights trying to hustle, so 10 degrees, ash on my knuckles. Coke in my long john, sipping on a brisk. A tall glass of liquor, please, we get a sip of this. Coke in my long john, slave to the sin. Call me young Coke there if the cops try to frisk. I may get a grip, I may get a grip. I may slopping 20s, lobster tails, and some shrimp. I used to bump Wayne all day as a pimp, now I'm past Wayne, Drake and going in.